guys, welcome back to my channel here at JDM Right Hand Drive. My name is Josh, and today we're going to be putting some fresh Redline transmission gear oil in on the Silvia. I've got the car all jacked up, and I'm also going to have a second video where we're going to do the rear diff while we're at it. And this same gear oil, it's a GL4. It's MT90, which is 75W90. That's it within the recommendations of Nissan's factory service manual for the S14. It says for warm and cold areas 75W90 for the transmission or 80W90 for the differential. So this is 7590.
I don't have friends. I got family.
So let's go ahead and get underneath, and we're going to locate both the drain plug and the fuel plug on the transmission, and we'll get this project going underway. If you like this type of content, give the video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. As far as difficulty on this type of job, if you can change your own engine oil, you can change your transmission oil. It's really no different. The only harder part maybe is the refill, which I'll show you guys an easy solution for that. But doing it yourself versus taking to a shop that's going to charge you $300 or $350, you can do it yourself for about 70 bucks at home, and I'll have a link in the description of the Redline gear oil that I'm using that I purchased from Amazon down below. Alright guys, we're underneath the car and we've located the transmission, which is pretty simple to find. That's your drain plug right there, and your fill plug is actually right up top here. So what you're going to want to do before you drain it is make sure you can get the fill plug loosened. So I'm going to scrape off that excess RTV, and then we'll clean off the threading to make sure we don't get any contaminants inside. And once we crack that loose, then we'll start to drain it. So I went ahead and switched you guys over to my GoPro, and this area is all cleaned up now. And when you want to loosen it up, it's just a ½ inch. So just a ½ inch conventional wrench usually works for me. I'm usually able to get the stuff broke free pretty easily. And if you need more leverage, you can use a breaker bar, but I work out a lot, so I've got a lot of upper body strength, so usually don't have to use that. So that is pretty much loose there. I'm going to put my drain pan underneath just in case any gear oil wants to come out. Let's go ahead and crack off the bottom drain plug here. That came off pretty easily. I don't know why in Japan, my Skyline was the same way, but they RTV the drain plugs and the fill plugs, which the service manual doesn't call for it. But I guess I'll just redo it just to ensure nothing leaks. Okay, let's get our drain plug underneath here. Give a little better lighting so we can see. Let's see how dirty this is. I'm kind of curious. Transmission was shifting fine. I didn't really hear any noise coming from it. Look at all those metal shavings. See a lot of metal in there, especially on the plug. If you guys can see that, I'll get the plug for you guys on my my main camera. It has better resolution. And to me, that doesn't seem like enough fluid came out. It seems like it was low, really low. My finger a little bit underneath there, but drain plug is good. You can see all those fine metal shavings on there. You could see just like pure silver coming out of that gearbox when that oil started to come out. So this is pretty dirty. It's way dirtier than when I changed the transmission fluid on the GTR. So let's get this drain plug put back in and cleaned up, and we'll refill. Got the drain plugs all cleaned up with a toothbrush and a little rubbing alcohol and a cloth. And you can see just how much metal shavings are in here. It's just all caked on there. It's pretty gross. Put a little RTV around the bottom of this right here and we'll reinstall it. Okay, I've got my Nissan liquid gasket here on that. Let's throw the drain plug in, tighten it down. This is 18 to 25 foot-pounds. Tighten it down. There we go. Okay, now we can kind of clean off our RTV bead here. There we go. That looks good to me. Use a gravity fed system. I've got a funnel with a hose that comes down, and I just got it attached on with a bent nail, so it just sits up there. Let's go ahead and put the other end into the transmission. Okay, so we've got our fill line that's just going to slip right in here, and we'll let gravity fill it up. Simple. We'll put our drain pan right back underneath. It's got a drain pan underneath, and we've got the fuel plug going up and in to the transmission, like so. And now we can go ahead and just use our gravity system here. Pour in our Redline Gear Oil and just wait. Looks like this. See if you guys can pick this up, but you can see the fluid slowly traveling through the line there. So it'll take about 15 minutes to fill. Here's a better look with the more light going through there, but you guys can see that flow rate. It's pretty quick. And I don't remember whose YouTube channel I saw this on. It was another guy I saw a couple years ago that used this method. It's so much easier than sitting there with a stupid hand pump pumping underneath the car when you've got your car jacked up. Nothing worse than laying underneath. Someday I hope to get a lift at some point. That's kind of my future goal within the next couple of years. I want a lift in the garage, probably centered to the left side, so I could pull a car in, put it on the lift it up. And I got to measure a little more, but I think I should be able to fit a car underneath it as well. That's my goal. Asked me when I did the transmission oil on my GTR what size the oil line that goes down is. I'm not sure. It came with one of the hand pumps that I had, and when I threw away the hand pump, it just happened to fit into the funnel. So I'm not sure what it is, but when you guys go to the store, just buy a funnel and buy a hand pump or whatever type of vacuum line and just test, or not what type of vacuum line, whatever type of line, and just test fit. It just slides right into the hole. I'll show you guys when I'm done. Alright guys, so this is my funnel here, and then in the end, just a hose, like I was saying, just easily slips right in, and it just fits snug in here perfectly. So you should be able to find something that will match up. May have to buy a couple different hand pumps, but that's what I use. Saves a lot of time. Definitely worth the effort. Okay, we can hear it starting to dribble down there. All right guys, we're full. You can see it leaking out there, coming down. That didn't even take an entire gallon, so I bought 2 because the factory service manual said it had a higher fluid capacity than what actually it takes. I just put the other end back into the container so I can use that later on. Make sure you guys get your car evenly lifted up if you're doing this in your garage, because you want to have a accurate fluid levels to make sure you're getting the proper capacity of gear oil in there. And I'm not going to put any RTV on the plug here. I don't see any reason to, so let's just go ahead and throw that in there and tighten it down, and we're done. sure I've got it torqued down to spec, and I'm just going to 20 foot-pounds. This one's 18 to 25 as well. Alright, that's good. Just wipe our surfaces clean here so we don't get any gear oil dripping anywhere. You want to make sure you inspect the drain plug, make sure there's no leaks, which of course we don't have any. And I'm looking underneath here, and I'm looking at the back of the drive shaft where it outputs, and it looks to me like the rear seal is leaking, because you can see gear oil on that. So that's probably why the transmission fluid was low, because it's probably just slowly leaking out of here. So the rear seal has probably gone bad, which that will be something that the next owner can fix, because I'm not dealing with that. Just want to get this at least going so it's safe to drive and it's not going to break. Looking underneath, everything looks pretty good. Transmission brace, transmission or engine rear mount, it's all intact. It's not broken inside, like the little rubber and stuff in there. Let's see if I can get you guys a good look at that. So it's looking like it's in pretty good shape. The center carrier bearing looks decent too. It doesn't look like it's all out of whack like the GTR one was. And as far as the underbody of the car, I actually think the underbody looks pretty good. Tunnel looks clean. There's not really much rust down here. There's a little bit of rust on the rails. But overall, pretty clean. I'm actually pretty impressed with the shape of the car. That's really the only rust that I found, is just right there on the pinch welds there behind the front wheel. But otherwise, the body looks pretty clean down here. It's actually not too bad of a car. It's just pretty clean. Another thing I noticed too is my O2 sensor here. The wire is cut. It's not even connected. So that could be triggering my check engine light too, so I need to look into that. Maybe that's causing the car to run weird too. Just another thing to fix. Put you guys underneath here where you guys can see a little bit better, but I think the condition of the car is actually pretty nice. Doesn't look too bad. Make sure you guys leave me some comments down below. I found this little tips and tricks helpful on my video. Give me a thumbs up. I definitely appreciate it. That's going to be it for today's video, guys. I just got done uploading a little video to Instagram to kind of show what I'm up to before the video goes live on YouTube, because I still have to edit it. But the transmission is done. I'd start it up and split the tires and stuff spin and run it in gear, and we could test it, but I don't have the intercooler piping, so I can't start the car because the mass airflow sensor is not in and the car won't run. But anyway, guys, that'll be it for today's video. The next video will be the rear diff, so stay tuned on that. I'll do that tomorrow morning, which is June 20th. It's my birthday. I'm going to be 39 tomorrow, so I was going to finish it tonight, but my wife has come home from the grocery store. She's ready to barbecue, so we're going to go out back, have a few drinks, and I'm going to barbecue some dinner. So I might as well grab myself a beer and get ready to go out back. And we're going to be celebrating, my wife and I. So celebration with you guys that follow me on the channel, who have been with me for a while. This is happy birthday, so cheers. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much for tuning in. Peace.